Hi everyone, so today I am going to be making a video on my birth that I am kind of hoping for, just kind of a really brief outlook because I will be doing more planning and preparation for this video, like when I actually have my birth plan made out once I'm in the 3rd trimester. Recently I have been at the hospital that I do plan to give birth. Just kind of wanted to give you guys a little tour. There is a virtual tour on their website. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you guys the virtual tour that's on the website, and I'm going to talk and kind of let you guys know my thoughts and opinions and feelings about the place. And yeah, but first I'm going to go ahead and talk to you guys about what I want for my birth. So what I want from my birth is I want to go 100% all natural. And what I mean by this is not just give birth vaginally. I mean no drugs, no intervention, nothing. I just want to give birth the way nature intended it to be. It's absolutely how I want to do it. Like, I think I'll be pretty bummed if I end up getting drugs. For me personally, it's really important that I give birth the way nature intended it. So yeah, I definitely want to go natural. I am hoping and planning on a water birth. So when it came to in terms of where I wanted to look to give birth, I knew for sure that they had to have a birthing tub because I am very interested in water births. In general, my flexibility in terms of if I'm okay with epidurals, Pitocin, you know, various types of extraction like vacuum and other things like that. I'm not very flexible towards any of those things. Yeah, only if it's absolutely like 100% like really necessary, I really will refuse all of these things. And so it was really important that I find a hospital that shares a lot of the same kind of outlook as me, but also is really willing to understand my birthing plan and respect it. So the next question is, where do I plan on giving birth? Since I want to go all natural, and a lot of my friends and family do know that I'm kind of Mrs. Alternative, so I had a lot of people kind of, like I know in particular my husband's parents were not for me giving birth at home. Like they were just making it clear, like his dad's a doctor and he's totally against home birth, and I have absolutely nothing against home birth at all. Actually, I have considered a home birth, and I was planning on giving birth at home if I didn't find a hospital that I felt comfortable in, or a birthing center or whatever. But you know, I do not place any judgment on people who want to do a home birth. I think I may actually end up doing a home birth at some point because I do plan on having more kids after this one. But as for this one, we do plan on giving birth at a hospital, and luckily I have found a hospital that is just fantastic. What this hospital stands for is they are very pro-natural birth. They really don't like to intervene. They do not put a time limit on your birth, which is really, really good. So that means, you know, there's not going to be any Pitocin unless, you know, you're getting like towards the 48-hour mark and you're just like exhausted, but they won't give it to you unless you consent for it, basically. Like they're not going to push your birth, which is really important to me because I've heard Pitocin is not good for the baby or for the mother, and it's just like the contractions just end up being a lot more intense. So definitely don't want Pitocin. They have one of the highest rates of all natural births in Munich. They have very low cesarean section rates. In terms of who is going to be helping me give birth besides my husband, they usually have a handful of midwives. Like, you know, basically, you know, when you arrive at the hospital, typically a nurse takes care of you, and you kind of have a doctor that only comes for the actual birth itself and maybe comes every once in a while to see how you're doing. Basically, you do get a doctor, but they really don't do much. It's kind of like the nurses kind of take care of it. Only midwives are a lot more hands-on, and they're a lot more, I feel, trained in the area, and they have a lot of midwives on hand at the hospital who will be helping deliver the baby. And there will be a doctor in the room because in Germany it is a regulation that they have a doctor just kind of standing in the atmosphere in the room, I guess, to witness the birth. It's just a rule, but basically you, your husband, the midwife are the ones delivering the baby. They have birthing tubs, which is absolutely fantastic. I mean, like, they have like a big jacuzzi tub, like you guys will see in the virtual tour. It's pretty awesome. Since I have decided to give birth there around the 30-week mark, you know, somewhere around the 30-week mark, the 3rd trimester mark, basically what I do is I go to the hospital and I set up kind of my birthing plan with them, let them know what I'm okay with, what I'm not okay with, also what I want for after the birth. In terms of after the birth, they're really like pro putting baby straight on mommy's chest, which is really important to me. They have absolutely no problem with me or my husband, you know, catching the baby. I actually would really like to, you know, carry my own baby like out of me. I think that would just be really cool. Yeah, so they have absolutely no problem with that. They're just very like, yeah, do what you want basically. Also in terms of after the birth, they really are very flexible. Like they really want to help you to breastfeed. You know, they're going to help assist you and all that stuff. They're really flexible about when you can go home. Basically, you're allowed to go home like basically right after you give birth if you want to. Like so long as you're not having like, if you've had a really good birth and you're not bleeding too much, they'll let you go home basically right after you give birth. But if they think that, you know, maybe you could use to stay like 24 hours, they'll let you know, but you could go home really if you wanted to. I'm gonna go ahead and go straight to the virtual tour. It's really a nice place because this is gonna be kind of the environment section, because I think the environment that you give birth in, I personally think, I mean, I've never given birth yet, but I really feel like I need to be relaxed, you know, because if you're gonna do it natural, you need to be relaxed, because it does matter where you give birth and if it's comfortable or cozy or not, because I know in a typical hospital setting, I am not comfortable at all. I get really weird in hospitals. I don't like them. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do the virtual tour now just with my voiceover. So here we go. Alright you guys, so now it is time for the little virtual tour. I'm just showing you guys basically what's on my computer and talking over it. So it keeps moving like when I don't want it to. So yeah, but here, this is just the room you go to when you arrive basically, and they just monitor to see how your contractions are and also what position the baby's in and how the fetal heart rate is. And you're only in this room for like 5 minutes where they basically figure out how things are going and progressing. And yep, just a simple little regular room. This isn't where you give birth or anything. It's just where you go when you arrive. We're going straight to the birthing tub, which is basically like a big jacuzzi tub. Yeah, it's really cool. Also, keep in mind that when I was actually there, they had much more cozy lighting. I think just for the sake of the pictures, they have like the really uncomfortable lights on just because, you know, they want to make sure everybody can see everything in the pictures. But yeah, when I was there, they only had these like little star lights on, and it was so relaxing. I'm really interested in giving birth in the water, and they have a couple of these birthing tubs available, and they said there's never been a time where all the tubs were taken up, so that's good to know. And here's like the whole room. They have some Primavera essential oils and some Veleda things, and they also have like a place where you can put the baby and kind of check it out, I guess, after the birth, and a little bed for the baby. This is what's called the contraction room, and they have a couple of these, and as you can see, it just looks like a typical room, really. It's got a double bed where you can relax and sleep and do whatever you want to, and there's a chair. As you guys have noticed, there's like this stuffed animal like everywhere, this little bunny, and they've got like paintings, and they've just done a really good job of making it look really homely, and they've got like an IKEA lamp there and just a little dresser. Really comfortable. So that is the contraction room. Next is a much more typical room. This is just, you know, just very typical. You don't have to be in here if you don't want to. This room is just kind of nice if you want to use the birthing ball. They have this weird rope thingy here, which I'm not really sure what you do with that, but apparently there's something you can do with that while you're in labor. They have a stool right here. They have, I hope you guys can see my little mouse, I'm not sure, but over here they have like a ladder. If you guys can see that, I'm pointing at it right there. And then yeah, you can give birth here in this kind of environment if you wanted to. Yeah, so it's just kind of a big room, and you can do a lot of walking around in there. You can also do a lot of walking around the halls, and they don't have the comfortable lights on in the picture, but it was really comfortable and cozy when I was here last time. And then the last room is the C-section room, and I think this is actually quite not bad for a C-section room. Basically, it's right next to all the other rooms, so if you needed a C-section, there would be no need to like wheel you away or anything. You would just need to walk over to the next room, lie on the bed, and as you can see, they've made a nice green wall here. I think the only thing that is a little bit scarier about this room is the fact that there is a lot more machines, but you know, that's kind of necessary. And obviously, you won't be able to have comfortable lighting during a C-section, C-section because they need to see what they're doing. All right, you guys, so I hope you enjoyed that little virtual tour that I showed you guys. Just kind of wanted to show you guys the virtual tour that was just on my computer on their website, just kind of let you guys know my thoughts on the environment and whatnot. And overall, I'm really happy with it. I'm telling you guys that the virtual tour on their website doesn't really do it justice for just how cozy it is when, you know, people are actually giving birth there. Like when we went for the tour, there were actually people, you know, using the rooms giving birth, and it was just so cozy. Like, especially at nighttime, it's really cozy there. But yeah, so I think just for the sake of the pictures, they just had, you know, the ceiling lights on so that they get good quality pictures and whatnot. But yeah, so overall, I'm just so happy with this hospital. This is definitely where I plan on giving birth. I do actually plan on kind of staying home as long as possible during the first stage of my labor, but you know, this is where I plan to deliver my baby. And there's going to be a series of videos of me just making my videos on how I'm preparing for birth mentally, physically, just all kinds of things, what me and my husband are doing together to help prepare for birth. So I hope you guys are looking forward to those videos. So yeah, that's everything, and I'm gonna go, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!